ropes.
We were at a point that we were very close to divorce. We were miserable. We hated each other.
I didn't want to come home, and I didn't for the longest time, and I suffered for that. My kids suffered, my wife suffered, and ultimately my marriage.
So many couples get to a place of despair and hopelessness. Feeling stuck, they see no option but to quit and cut their losses.
It was a very hard day when I realized that we were only talking about kids, and that was it.
One of the things I felt challenging in our marriage was communication.
We didn't talk about our day-to-day life together.
We have different styles of communicating. I am the one who I hold everything in.
We weren't sharing anything together, so I think that's when I realized that our marriage was in trouble.
And Brianna's the one that would just jump in.
Back in 2012, my wife and I decided to create a community marriage initiative because we wanted to impact marriages in our greater community as well as in our local congregation.
We gave up on trying to make each other happy because we both realized we weren't, and no matter what we tried, it wasn't working.
And so our first step was we needed to choose a core curriculum. We wanted something that was skills-based that we could use to help make marriages healthy within our community.
I wasn't happy and she wasn't happy, so the best that we could hope for is that we could raise our kids well. And so we simply became parents and roommates.
And so as we evaluated all of these, there was one that stood head and shoulders above the rest, and that was the Rings course.
Hi, I'm Lavern Nissley, co-developer of the 6 to 8 hour Rings experience for couples. We've called it an experience because that's really what it is, a blend of teaching healthy relationship principles, demonstrating skills and tools, involving couples in interactive exercises, and including brief video clips and visual aids.
Serve whom?
Serve him.
We also want you to know that the Rings experience is facilitated by couples who are experts at making mistakes in relationships. Those of us who lead Rings give lots of examples on how we've missed it, but also on how we've made it work.
Oh, so I'm not being useful
Oh,
here.
you aren't!
Now, we've greatly condensed this little fight, but have you caught the emotion?
Now, it doesn't really matter what stage of relationship you're in. You might not even be married. Perhaps you're preparing for an upcoming wedding and marriage. You're really looking forward to that. Or perhaps you're enriching. That is, how can we make our good relationship better? Or you may be hitting the wall, wondering, I don't know if we're going to make it.
So let me tell you what we like so much about Rings. First of all, it's research-based, does a great job of implementing skills-based instruction, and it's done in a very creative way. It's very well put together. They use movie clips that help illustrate principles.
Since its launch in May of 2007, Rings has been experienced locally here in West Central Ohio by over 1,200 couples, with an average progress of over 30% from start to finish. We know from extensive feedback and data that the Rings experience has a positive impact for most couples.
We were starting to communicate through the Rings chats, which we had done a lot more communicating with those than we had in like years.
The other thing we love about Rings is that our couples that we teach the class to love the course, and especially the guy.
In the beginning, just the ring chat, hitting all those levels of communication, allowing the other person to speak and just listen and repeat back and ensure that there's an understanding. That was a pretty big tool for me.
And guys love this course because it's just very practical. It gives them tools and skills that they can immediately apply to the relationship to make it better.
Our marriage is completely different than what it was.
We just have so much better understanding of each other, and I can't wait to come home. I can't wait to see my kids.
If you're really serious about, fixing things or just making things stronger, Rings class is definitely the way to go.
So if you want a loving and lasting marriage, you'll want to consider and register for the Rings experience. Hope to see you soon.
I highly recommend Rings. We are so glad that we chose it, and I think you'll have great results with it as well.
Go for it.